A lot of people spend time talking about ego death, especially as psychedelics are back in the news and back in the culture. Within the spiritual circles and those seeking liberation of the mind and spirit, the idea of ego death is always around the corner. People want it. They think if they get it, they'll feel better, be better, enter another higher level of existence. And they never realize that the thing craving that ego death is their very ego. The funny thing about ego death is that the ego wants to die more than anything else. It's why the moment the ego hears it, it's either fearful, thinking that it would actually be the end of them and their ability to interact with the world, or it's intrigued. And it intrigues the ego so that it wonders what it would be like to not just be for just a little while. But most people don't even know what the ego is. It's a fiction. That sense of self that you walk around every day with, the idea that you are this individual person living an individual life, this feeling that you are a separate being experiencing events completely separate from you. It's all a fiction, a creation of the mind, a story that our brains create, weaving together events, experiences, thoughts, beliefs, and ideas that have been collected over the years to create the feeling that you are this or you are that, anything but what you truly are. And this feeling we have to this story that our brains are creating, this is what we call the ego, the sense of self. And the more we look into the brain, the more we map it out, it becomes clear that this sense of self isn't something special or material, but rather something manufactured, something that your brain invented. And how do we know that your brain invented it instead of it being a true representation of your life? In the 1960s, Roger Sperry began his Nobel Prize-winning work on how the hemispheres of the brain communicated with each other. He used people who had their corpus callosum severed and did a series of split brain experiments. In these studies, subjects were shown different images, blocking the opposite eye so that only one side of the brain saw it. Thus, they might show one side of the brain a picture of a chicken leg, and they might show another picture of a snowy driveway to the other side of the brain. Then they will show a person a shovel and a chicken coop, and ask them which image resonates with them more. Their hands would disagree with each other, and each would point to the corresponding image. When asked how they reconciled this weirdness, without missing a beat, they said you need a shovel to clean out the chicken coop. The brain is a narrative-creating machine, giving meaning and purpose to everything it observes, regardless of whether or not that meaning and purpose is real. We create meaning for everything that we experience. It is in our very nature to assign meaning and to use it to give us a reason to carry on and deal with things. When we lack meaning, we then go out of our way to find it and create it and just make it up if we have to, because we cannot imagine that things are just what they are. We can't comprehend that things are just what they are. We evolve to find patterns in things, to read into everything that happens and is happening, every little sound of the brush, every little noise. It helped with survival. But with the need for survival diminished, our minds continue to find meaning in everything. And in this, we give the greatest meaning to the idea of who we think we are. This, more than anything, is something we give the most meaning to, because it feels so real and so true. We are the way we are because this happened or that happened. Who we are is important because we have these certain set of skills and abilities. But in truth, none of these things have ever been you. They are the stories you've used to define you and to create the meaning for your actions and behaviors. They are not who you truly are. This is why an ego death is just a joke at the end of the day. Its existence is solely the very same product that wants it to die. Because the moment it dies, it comes right back. And for many people, what they often experience is an ego expansion. This sudden feeling that they are better than other people, that they are somehow enlightened or have a greater understanding of the universe. We've all met these New Age charlatans, promising you that their methods of meditation will awaken you, offering up ways of microdosing or other psychedelics to trigger transformations, trying as they might to promote the idea that whatever you need and whatever you want is always just a few steps in front of you. But the truth is that when you can understand the joke of ego death, when you can understand that the ego is a total lark that was never meant to be taken serious to begin with, then you can begin to realize that you are already everything you need to be. There is nothing missing from you. There is nothing for you to find in the loss of your ego. You are it. You are already enlightened. Even if you don't know it, you are life taking shape and form. You are reality experiencing itself. Just as a wave is something the entire ocean is doing, you are what the entire universe is doing. There has never been a separation. There has never been anything that wasn't the universe. And you are no different. You were not born into this world something separate and different. You were formed for everything that was and everything that ever will be. Every single cell in your body is made up of atoms. Every atom is made up of energy that existed in a singular form at the beginning of all creation. You are that. You are it. You are enlightened. It is only the stories that you tell yourself, the beliefs that you allow to dictate your life, that says that you are something else, leading you to take this thing called ego seriously, so that you can't see the truth right before your eyes, that your life is unfolding exactly as it's supposed to be, that not one grain of sand has ever been out of place, that you are perfect and complete. Hey, wait 1 second. I've got something big to share with you. Thanks for watching that video. If you made it this far, you hopefully enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed it, we put out one at least every other day. Hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notifications at the bottom of the video. And keep an eye out for the next video. Also, I'm building a community of people who want to transform their lives over a year. It's called the Cosmic Joke Challenge. If you want to find out what the Cosmic Joke Challenge is, you'll learn that and more in our 100% free Facebook group, which will be growing a library of content not available on YouTube. The link will be available in the description box below. Click it, join, and start transforming your life today.